Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the official Noveltindie channel. I am Paola, and I am so excited to welcome Natalie. So, Natalie, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Don't Go Baking My Heart?
Sure. My name is Angie Peltier, or Natalie, as some people know me. I'm the author of Sweet Hand and Don't Go Baking My Heart. Don't Go Baking My Heart is Devon and Reba's story. If you read Sweet Hand, you would have met them in book one. This book has fun tropes like grumpy sunshine and opposites attract. So basically, the story is when Devon is called out at work for never participating in any of the office activities, he feels compelled to take part in the upcoming bake-off competition just to prove he's a team player, prove he's more personable than most people think he is, because he's trying to make partner or principal, as it's called at architectural, that's at the top of his career goal, so that's what he's, working towards. The only thing is he doesn't know how to bake, right? And he's not trying to fail at this, so first option for help is not available. So in desperate times, he has to call on Reba for help, and she's actually the assistant pastry chef of Charisse, who is the main character from book one. And they are such different people. He's a Virgo, she's a Libra, so all sorts of fun times happens, right, in this book. And I mean, well, don't tell Charisse and Kieran from book one, but book two is actually my favorite.
Oh, yay!
Actually, my favorite so far.
Yay, that's so fun.
I had a lot of fun writing this one, for sure.
I'm glad. It was really fun to read, too. I really love the dynamic between Reba and Devon. And it's funny as well. Like, this is a proper rom-com, if I do say so myself. And I love that Devon's and Reba's families and friends are a part of it throughout. So how do you balance that, and why was it important for you to include?
But I have a lot of fun writing my secondary characters all the time because my characters need their support systems. So I try, how do I balance it? I try not to delve too deeply into the secondary characters' lives and their backstories. I leave that more for the main characters. Just basically there to support and show the personalities of the main characters as well, because you can learn a lot about these people from the people that they interact with, which is their family and friends. So I just try not to delve too deep into their lives, but I might drop some hints for potential books that might be coming up, potential,
Easter eggs.
But yes, correct, potential relationships in the future, but focus mainly on, the journey of the main characters. And in terms of, what was the second part of the question?
Why was it important for you to include?
Right. Yeah, that's just a cultural thing. And your family and friends tend to get into your business a lot. Always want to know things, so that makes for a fun dynamic in the book and funny scenes.
I love that aspect of the book. Like, nosy families are so prominent. I love reading about them as well. And switching gears, because this book has steamy scenes, which I love. I love my books very smutty. The smuttier, the better. And I love the smut scenes here. So what is the secret to writing a great sex scene?
Funny story, and I know I've mentioned this in other interviews. It's like I hate writing sex scenes. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not the most fun thing for me. Like, my fun is writing like the banter and dialogue. Sex scenes are hard for me. But what I try to do is I try to balance the whole steamy factor, well, depending on the heat level, of course. Because for me, that would depend on the characters themselves. So I found that this book is actually steamier than Sweet Hand because the characters kind of, called for it. I guess that just worked. So I try to balance the whole heat level factor adding some fun in there and not taking themselves too seriously, but also try to layer in some emotions as well. Another thing I try to keep in the back of my mind, if I'm writing like more than one theme throughout the book, I have to try to make sure I'm not being repetitive, that I'm keeping it fresh, because I mean, I know myself as a reader, if I'm reading something and I'm like, but I feel like I read this a few chapters ago, I would be very bored, and I don't want that for my readers. So, yeah, I just try to see how I can probably make it different, change the scenery. Is it going to be the bedroom? Is it going to be some of the parts of the house? Might be outdoors somewhere. Who knows?
Yes.
Again, it all depends on the characters and what them. Because not every single thing I put in a scene is going to work for maybe some other characters I have.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thought that goes into these things. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much to think about. This is why it's always a struggle for me.
But they're so well executed, and that I don't think enough people, like I've seen more now, but before, not enough people were giving writers their chops for writing amazing sex scenes. I was like, why is nobody talking about how horny this book is?
Yeah, this is like serious business. A lot of dynamics go into these things for me, at least.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you don't like writing them. So what are your favorite scenes to write?
Santa is my favorite thing to write ever. And I mean, let me just toot my own horn a little bit. I think it's something I'm actually good at.
I agree. Yes.
Character dialogue. And my technique is very interesting. So when I try to work out the dialogue between characters, I actually walk around, talk out the dialogue out loud, and then talking about like all the parts, right? If there are like 3 people in the scene, I'm pretending to be all 3 people because I need to know, okay, like movement, that kind of thing. I used to do this when I was younger. My family would watch me like, is she okay? What's happening? I'm like, no, this is my process. I have to talk this out loud. And I think it helps me a lot when I'm writing the scene to make sure it comes across like real conversation.
Yeah.
And natural and authentic. So it might look strange, but I think it works for me.
Yes.
My unorthodox techniques.
Yeah, the price to pay is just a little bit of embarrassment around the family. But you get an amazing book. So if you suddenly were trapped or appeared in your Island Bite series, what would you want your love story to be?
Mine would probably for sure be like a friends to lovers type of situation because it's happened before. So maybe I would have known this person for a while and then suddenly one day it's like, oh, you kind of see them in a new light. And it would probably be those awkward situations where you have those little, I mean, I guess you could call it cliche moments, but who doesn't love a cliche? Where your hands accidentally touch and it's like, what's happening here? The tension is going on and things are just getting a little odd. But I think for sure my trope would be friends to love.
That trope is so top tier. I love that. I need that self-insert. Yes.
I mean, there are things in the works. It's probably not going to be a self-insert too much, but I have let me think. The other 2 Island Bites books, I'm not going to really reveal the tropes just yet, but even if I don't write that trope for that, I definitely am working on other things that I have that trope for sure.
Ooh.
Like one of them is like best friend's younger brother. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying anything else about it. Because I'm not even finished writing that one yet. So that's just a small teaser. But
that's exciting. Oh my god, I'm excited. Yes, I'm so happy we're doing this interview.
So, in the future. I don't know when, but finish writing. I finish writing first, but
fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
So they say the way to someone's heart is through their belly. So what would someone have to bake for you so that you would fall in love with them?
Cake. I love cake. Literally. And then anybody can bake me anything. Just the fact that they actually did it.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, because I don't think anybody's actually done that for me. ever
Oh.
baked anything for me like that. But definitely cake, because I love cake.
Somebody go bake Angie a cake so that she can
Yes,
fall
I
in
would
love with
love
you.
it. I would love it.
So let's pay it forward. What are some of your favorite indie authors that you would like to recommend?
First of all, gonna recommend Christina C. Jones, right? Her books are so good. Has a very extensive backlist. And I have a couple of them in paperback. So if you haven't read her, please do. Her books are great. Risley Adams, which is a fellow Caribbean romance author. Her stuff is also really good and very steamy. So, if that's your thing. Katrina Jackson, of course. I also want to shout out romance class authors, people who don't know. These are Filipino authors who write Filipino characters and set in the Philippines. So authors like Nina V. Esquera, Carla de Guzman, J.E. Tria. There's a whole long list. So you can check out the hashtag romance class on Twitter to get all the details, because their books are good. And I mean, it's always fun reading about a culture other than your own, written by people who actually live. Those are my shout outs. I mean, there's many, many, many more. So many more authors out there.
These are great recommendations. I will make sure to link them all down below, as well as buy links for Don't Go Baking My Heart and ways to support NG. So people at home, definitely check that down below. Is there anything else that you want to plug or shout out? Any projects?
Well, I mean, I just hope everybody's looking forward to Don't Go Baking My Heart. Yeah, so people can go on my website, ngpeltier.com. The bio links are on there. I'm just very excited for people to meet,
NG, thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. It's been so fun. I love chatting with you. I love doing the little thing that we did on Book Talk, and this chat was also so much fun. People at home, definitely check out the description below so that you can get Don't Go Baking My Heart and Sweet Hand if you haven't already, which should change immediately. So, yeah. Again, NG, thank you so much for doing this with me. And everybody at home, thank you for watching. We will see you, hopefully, in another one. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.